Welcome. Now I am going to discuss about hydration of cement. Hydration of cement is nothing but the chemical, whatever the chemical reactions takes place between cement and water within concrete or while mixing concrete, those chemical reactions considered as hydration of cement. You can see here the chemical reactions between, it means the chemical reactions taking place between water and cement are considered as hydration of cement. Even not only while making concrete, and even if we mix water with cement, so some chemical reactions will take place, and those chemical reactions considered as hydration of cement. It means if we say cement plus water, can both the substances react with each other and then they will produce some products. Understood or no? So this is a chemical reaction. Okay now. So and these chemical reactions will be considered as hydration of cement. And one more thing we have to remember, that the chemistry of concrete is completely considered as the chemistry of water and cement within concrete. Understand? And it means the essential chemistry of concrete is nothing but the chemistry of water and cement. Okay na? So and whenever it means if the cement itself without water, it will never binds coarse aggregate and fine aggregate in its concrete. It means we already know that what is cement. Cement is a binding material which is used in concrete to bind the coarse aggregate and fine aggregate. But without water, cement can never bind coarse aggregate and fine aggregate. And whenever cement mixes with water, in that case only the cement can bind coarse aggregate and fine aggregate, and then it will form concrete. Okay now. So the chemistry of cement and water completely considered as chemistry of concrete. Okay now. So the chemistry of concrete is the chemistry of cement and water. Okay now. And when chemical reactions taking place between cement and water, it will undergo some changes, physical changes. Okay now. So first one, it will undergo a process called stiffening. After that, it will undergo a process called setting. After that, it will undergo a process called hardening. So stiffening is nothing but loss of workability. Setting is nothing but getting solidified, and hardening is nothing but gaining strength or gaining compressive strength. Gaining strength or compressive strength. So whenever cement came in contact with water, some chemical reactions will take place, and the physical behavior of cement will be changes. That physical behavior of changes of cement will undergo in these three stages. First will it undergo, first of all it will undergo called stiffening, next it will undergo setting, and after that it will undergo hardening. It means loss of workability means whenever we mix the cement with water, it will become into a paste that is called as cement paste. That stage is called as stiffening or loss of workability. After that, it tries to set. It means after that, due to passage of time, this cement paste trying to become a solid. Understand or no? So that process is called as setting. And next one is the hardening. Hardening is nothing but this solidified cement will get strength. Understand or no? So that is called as hardening. Okay. So already we have been discussed that the time required to become cement into cement paste is called as initial setting time, and the time required for cement paste to become it solid is called as final setting time, and after that from solid to strength it will be called as setting time. Understand or no? So we can discuss here. Okay, it's a setting time also. Setting time and consistency we can measure by using apparatus, Vickett's apparatus. By using Wickets apparatus, we can measure its setting time and consistency or fineness. Okay, na? So and here especially we should know that hydration of cement is nothing but whatever the chemical reactions will take place between cement and water are called as hydration of cement, and the chemical reactions will undergo in these three stages. First one is stiffening, next one is setting, and next one is hardening. And one more thing we have to remember that those chemical reactions, it means we have been already discussed that chemical composition of cement. In chemical composition of cement, cement contains majorly these substances. First one is C3S, C2S, C3A, C4AF. C3S is tricalcium silicate, C2S is dicalcium silicate, C3A is tricalcium aluminate, and C4AF is tetracalcium aluminate ferrite. So these are all the compounds, or these are all the substances be within cement. It means the combination of all these things chemically is called as cement. Understand? So whenever this cement mixes or came in contact with water, it will undergo, it means some chemical reactions. It means all these substances will undergo some chemical reaction with water. Understand? No? So the C3S and the C3S both reacts with water and produce a product called CSH gel. Understand? No? And this C3A will react with water and produce a product called calcium aluminum hydrate. It means CaH. And C3AF also can react with water and it will produce a product called as calcium ferric hydrate gel. It means C4AF. Calcium ferric hydrate gel. Understand now? So these CSH gel, CaH, C4AF, these are all the byproducts of or end products of the hydration of cement. It means whenever cement mixes with water, the chemical substances within cement like C3S, C2S, C3A, C4AF reacts with water and produce these compounds CSH gel, CaH and C4AF. So this is about hydration of cement. And now we will see what are the chemical reactions, it means chemical equations we will see, and what is the behavior of all these products and how they will impact the working of cement within a concrete and working of cement within a structure. We will see. And one more thing we have to know is hydration of cement is a exothermic reaction. Exothermic means the chemical reaction which liberates heat is called as exothermic, and the chemical reaction which absorbs or which take heat are called as endothermic. It means chemical reactions generally two types: exothermic reactions and endothermic reactions. Okay, now so the chemical reaction, whatever it may, if it liberates or releases heat, are called as exothermic reactions. If the chemical reactions will absorb or will take heat from surroundings, are called as endothermic reactions. So here our hydration of cement is exothermic reaction. Okay now, so and the heat energy which is emitted due to the hydration of cement or due to the chemical reactions between water and cement is called as heat of hydration. This is the important term, you have to remember that. Heat of hydration. What is heat of hydration? The heat energy liberated during the hydration of cement or the heat energy liberated during the chemical reactions takes place between the cement and water is called as heat of hydration. So these are the chemical reactions taking place during heat of hydration. See here. So whenever tricalcium silicate reacts with water, here H means water. Okay na? H is water. Remember that. When reacts with water H, it will produce a product called C3S2H3. It means calcium silicate hydrate. Understand now? So this is simply called as CSH gel. Okay now? So C3H2HD, it is also called as calcium silicate hydrate. I will write here. Calcium silicate hydrate. This is also called as CSH gel. CSH gel. Already we have been discussed. CSH. This is a gel type form, gel type product, so it is called as a CSH gel. And also along with the CSH gel or calcium silicate hydrate, it will produce calcium dioxide, CaOH twice, along with some amount of heat energy. Understand now? So this is the first chemical reaction. So we know that C3S tricalcium silicate, C2S dicalcium silicate, C3A tricalcium aluminate, C4AF tetracalcium aluminum ferrite. So these are all the chemical compounds present within cement, or these are all the also considered as chemical composition of cement, or chemicals be in cement. So when these chemical reacts with water, they produce all these products. Understand now? So you can see C3S reacts with the water and then it will produce calcium silicate hydrate along with calcium hydroxide and some amount of heat energy. And next one is C2S dicalcium silicate reacts with water and then it will produce the same product, C3H2H3 CSH gel along with calcium dihydroxide and along with some amount of heat energy, CaOH twice it will produce, and along with some heat energy it will produce. Understand? So and calcium, third one, C3A tricalcium aluminate reacts with water and then it will produce a product called C3AH6. It means calcium aluminate, calcium aluminum hydrate. This is called as CaH, calcium aluminum hydrate. Understand? Along with some amount of heat energy it will produce. And next one is the C4AF. It means tetracalcium aluminum ferrite reacts with water and then it will produce a product called C3AH4. It means calcium aluminum hydrate, and along with the CFH. CFH is the name of calcium ferrite, calcium ferrite hydrate. Understand? So these are all the products of hydration of cement. Calcium silicate hydrate gel, it means CSH gel, CaH and CFH, CH, CSH and CFH. So these are all the products of chemical reactions between water and cement while concrete is mixing, or generally when cement is mixed with water, these chemical reactions will take place and these products will be evolved. Okay now? Okay, and now we will see in first reaction some heat energy will be released now. So how much heat energy will be released here? Here some 500 kilojoules amount of heat energy will be released. It means here in this reaction the heat energy will be released in here 500 kilojoules of heat energy released per 1 kg of cement. Understand now? And here in second reaction 250 kilojoules of heat energy will be released for 1 kg of cement. Understand now? And in third reaction, it means when water reacts with C3, it means tricalcium aluminate within cement, it will also produce some amount of heat energy. That heat energy will be 880 kilojoule per kg. 880 kilojoules per kg. And CFH in fourth reaction also some amount of heat energy will be released. That heat energy will be equal to 420 kilojoules per kg. So these are all the various amounts of heat energy produced during the hydration of cement. See, 500 kilojoules per kg, 250 kilojoules per kg, 880 kilojoules per kg, 420 kilojoules per kg. It means if any cement mixed with water, this much of heat energy will be released. all these reactions will take place, all these compounds will be produced, and all this amount of heat energy will be evolved, heat energy will be generated. Understand now? So this is about chemical reactions taking place, and how these products like CSH gel, CaH and CaH will, it means how they will affect the cement and how they will affect the work of cement. Understand now? We will see now. And one more thing we can remember here. Here in this first two reactions, calcium hydroxide CaOH twice have been released. Understand now? So this CaOH twice also again reacts with water and then produce some product called as CH crystals. Understand now? CH crystals. It means calcium hydrate crystals. Okay now. So this is the some other chemical reaction takes place, but here we no need to see, but we have to remember that due to the hydration of cement, CSH gel will be produced, CaH will be produced, CFH will be produced. Along these products also CH crystals will be produced. It means whenever calcium hydroxide reacts with water, CH will be evolved. Understand or not? It means calcium hydrate. CH means calcium hydrate. Okay now? So this is about hydration of cement, and we will see after this we will see how CSH gel will affect cement, how CaH will affect cement, how CH crystals will affect cement, and how CFH will affect cement. See, these are the products of chemical reactions during heat of hydration. It means due to the chemical reactions between cement and water, these are the products produced within cement paste. Okay, first one is CSH gel, next one is CH crystals, and next one is the CFH gel. Okay now? So CSH gel, it is nothing but calcium silicate hydrate. It is produced due to the C3S and C2S. These two compounds within cement reacts with water and produce CSH. Understand now? Okay, so this CSH will give strength to cement. Okay now? This CSH gel will give strength to cement. And the next one is the CH crystals. They do not give any strength. CH crystals, they do not give any strength, but these crystals only, they do not give strength. Simply they will present. So but these two things, CSH gel and CH crystals, they both are highly responsible for binding nature of cement. Understand now? So we have been discussing that cement is a binding material. So these products highly responsible for binding nature of cement. Understand now? So next one is the CFH gel. CFH gel, it is why it is CFH gel? It is called as calcium ferric hydrate. Calcium ferric hydrate. It is called as CFH gel. It gives color to cement. It gives color to cement. Understand now? So these are the three main important products produced due to the hydration of cement, and along with these three, one more thing is there, that is tricalcium aluminate hydrate. It means CaH. This is the one more important one, CaH. Its chemical formula is tricalcium aluminate hydrate. This is the actual chemical name, and this is the nickname, like CaH, calcium aluminate hydrate. So like that. And also for everything, formula is there. For CSH gel, the formula is C3S2H3. C3S2H3. This is the chemical formula for CSH gel. For CH crystals also chemical formula is there, that is CaOH twice. Okay na? Okay. And calcium hydroxide, and next one is the CFH gel, and the next one is the CaH. Its calcium ferric hydride. Its chemical formula is C3AH6. C3AH6. This is the chemical formula for calcium ferric hydride. Understand? So these are the products of hydration of cement, and this is CSH gel, responsible for strength, and CH crystals, they do not give any strength to cement, but the CSH gel and CH crystals are highly responsible for binding nature of cement, and CFH gel, this imparts color to cement, and the next one is the CAH gel. It is responsible for setting time of cement. CAH, C3AH6, it is responsible for setting time of cement. So it means it imparts flash setting to cement. Okay now. So and one more thing we should know, that what we have been discussed here, C3S and C2S reacts with water and produce CSH. Okay now. So whatever the CSH gel produced because of C3S, understand now? So this is CSH gel will develop strength within cement up to 14 days with a rapid rate. And whatever the CSH gel produced from C2S, it develops strength after 7 days. After 7 days. Okay now. So these are all the points you have to remember here. So these are the products of hydration of cement: CSH gel, CH crystal, CFH gel, and CAH. And CSH gel and CH crystals are responsible for binding nature of cement, and it imparts strength, and it do not give any strength, and it give color to cement, and this one give, it means this one is responsible for setting time. And one more important point you have to remember, that CSH gel is produced due to the reaction between C3S and CTS with water. Understand? So in that case, the CSH gel is produced due to the reaction between C3S and water. C3S and water also gives strength, and CSH gel produced due to C2S plus water. Understand? H is water. You also produce CSH gel. This CSH gel also imparts strength to cement, but this CSH gel imparts strength to cement after 7 days. Understand now? So these are all the things you have to remember here. And the last point is, the complete hydration of cement would be possible if the size of cement particles is lower than 50 micrometers. Understand now? It means hydration of cement will take place. It means whenever cement mixes with water, it will undergo some chemical reactions, and all these products will be produced. But the complete hydration of cement will be possible. It means that each and every particle of cement will react with the water whenever the particle size of cement is less than 50 micrometers. It means the particles whose size is less than 50 micrometers, immediately they can undergo reaction, and whose particle size is above 50 microns, it means they may partially react with water. Understand? If each and every particle size is less than 50 micron per meter, all those particles will react with water, and then complete hydration of cement we can obtain. Understand now? Okay now. So this is about hydration of cement. Thank you.